Have you wondered why your dog sleeps this way? Or this way? Or even this way? Dogs sleep in the most unusual positions. They wag their tails, twitch their paws, and make little huffs that make you wonder what they're dreaming about right now. While you may not know what your dog is thinking in the middle of the night, you can get a sense of how it is feeling based on its sleeping position. We spoke with trainers, veterinarians, and animal behaviorists to learn about different sleeping positions and how a dog's sleeping habits can reveal information about their personality and well-being. To help you understand the true meaning of each, we've compiled a list of the top 10 most common dog sleeping positions and their definitions. So, viewers, stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe if you find this video useful. Here are the top 10 most common dog sleeping positions, as well as what each can tell you about your pet. 1. The lion's pose. If you see your dog sleeping with his paws stretched forward, back legs neatly tucked under or sprawled out to one side, and his head on top of his paws, he's probably just resting. Your dog is likely to be dozing rather than sleeping deeply. This position is also known as the lion's pose or a transitional pose because it allows your dog to easily move into a different position. Even if you just walk past them, your dog or puppy will jump up at the slightest noise. They may be sleeping, but they are still ready to play if the opportunity arises or they hear the sweet sound of kibble hitting the bowl. Deep sleep is not happening when your dog sleeps like this. They're just lying down for a quick breather and rest. This pose may indicate a slightly anxious dog who isn't yet at ease in their surroundings, as it allows them to react quickly if they suspect something is wrong. So, every now and then, you might notice your dog nodding off in lion's pose while sitting at your feet or near the front door, where it can be close to any potential action while sneaking in a quick nap. 2. The side sleeper. Dogs, like their owners, often want to lie down as soon as they get inside after a long day of playing. Your dog will frequently begin to doze in a lion pose and then slump onto his side as he falls deeper into sleep. When your dog begins to dream, his or her muscles relax, and he or she rolls out of the lion pose and into the normal sleeping position called the side sleeper position. The most common sleeping position for dogs is lying on their sides with their legs extended. This indicates that the dog is relaxed and comfortable, as well as trusting of his surroundings. If you find your dog in this sleeping position, leave him or her alone for a long period of rest. You may notice that your dog prefers to sleep in a dog bed or on your bed for this deep sleep, and that he or she prefers to sleep in a location away from the busiest areas of your home. In this position, you'll most likely notice your dog's paws moving in a running motion, indicating that they're dreaming. Puppies and senior dogs are the most commonly seen sleeping in this position, and they are also the two groups of dogs who dream the most. When your dog can power down like this, it means they feel safe enough not to worry about needing to wake up quickly. 3. The Doughnut. Another common sleeping position for dogs is to curl up into a small ball. When left alone, almost all dogs and puppies sleep in this manner. You've probably seen your dog in this cozy little pose before. When they curl up that small, they look like a little ball of fur. Your dog does this to shrink as much as possible in order to regulate body temperature. When dogs are overheated, they will stretch out on cool surfaces, but most of the time, they will curl up to feel less vulnerable. Every single one of their legs is tucked right into their body in this adorable position, and sometimes they'll wrap themselves so tightly that their nose can touch their back legs. In the wild, dogs would sleep in this position to trap in their body heat and protect their vital organs from predators. During the cold winter months, you may notice your dog snoozing like this a lot to keep warm. If your dog or puppy is anxious, especially if they are adjusting to a new home, you will notice this position in them. Don't worry if your dog always sleeps this way. It doesn't always mean they're anxious or cold, they just find it very comfortable. The Doughnut sleeping position provides a sense of security and comfort. 4. The Superman. Have you ever seen your dog or puppy stretch out and kick back behind their butt, legs in front of their heads? This is also known as the Superman position or a sploot. While researchers aren't certain why this occurs, they do have a few theories about this dog sleeping position. For starters, researchers believe that this position is also related to temperature. The fur on your dog's underside is not as dense and insulating as the fur on the rest of his body. The Superman position, with limbs outstretched and belly against the floor, is also a response to a warm environment, but it usually occurs when the surface the dog is lying on is cooler than the air around him or her. Secondly, smaller dogs and puppies are more likely than larger breeds to stretch their back legs behind them, according to researchers. It's common in Chihuahua and Terrier dog breeds. Researchers think that there may be some mechanical reason why if your dog gets to be over 20 pounds, it's harder for them to do that. The pose naturally stretches out all of their joints, leaving them feeling revitalized and refreshed. Don't let your dog or puppy fool you into thinking he or she is sound asleep in this Superman position. Despite the fact that they are sleepy, this position allows them to spring up from the floor at any time to engage in playtime. They are only doing this to recharge. This pose, however, can also indicate joint problems, particularly in the hips. If your older dog is suddenly sleeping like this, it may be worth speaking with your veterinarian and requesting a full health check. 5. The Cuddler. If your dog is constantly snuggling up against you or nuzzling up next to one of your other dogs, there is a simple explanation for this adorable dog sleeping position. Many dogs enjoy the comfort of sleeping next to, or on top of, their owner or another four-legged friend. Many dogs' tendency to cuddle while sleeping is a holdover from when they were puppies. Again, this is related to temperature, as puppies have trouble regulating their body heat. As the dogs mature, sleeping against another living thing becomes merely a learned feeling of comfort carried over from puppyhood. So take it as a compliment. Your dog simply wants to be close to you and show you how much he or she loves you. It's a way for them to feel secure while sleeping, knowing that the person who is responsible for them is right beside them. Cuddlers demonstrate trust and occasionally steal some heat by putting their bodies next to yours. If your dog isn't a cuddler, don't take it personally. It could be a result of your dog's innate wiring rather than a reflection of their feelings toward you. You have a snuggle bug if your dog jumps into your lap whenever you sit down or cuddles up against you on the sofa. These cuddlers are loving, affectionate, and perhaps a little needy. Cuddling with your snuggle bug can be difficult if you have a large dog, but you can relax knowing that you have earned your furry friend's trust and devotion. 6. The Burrower. Does your dog only sleep when they have a pillow, blanket, pile of clothes, or anything else to snuggle under? If you have a pocket-sick dog, you might even lose them if they're hiding under a blanket. The most likely explanation for this sleeping pattern is that your dog feels more comfortable and secure when they are underneath something. Again, this is an instinct inherited from their forefathers as a means of evading predators in the wild. Consider how many people would never sleep without a quilt on top of them at night, no matter how hot it is. It's like a security blanket to protect you while you sleep. Again, this does not imply that your dog is afraid or unsafe in their environment. It's simply a nice feeling of comfort to have a warm, snuggly blanket on top of you. This behavior may be more noticeable in breeds such as a Jack Russell or a Dachshund. These breeds were historically bred as ratters, intended to burrow into tight spaces to flush out any vermin, so burrowing into tight spaces comes naturally to them. Dogs who like to sleep underneath something are likely to be extremely affectionate, bordering on needy. They'll want to cuddle, snuggle, and enjoy the ultimate in mutt comfort. Do you have a burrower sleeper that you love? This sleeping position could simply be a matter of personal preference. When your dog burrows under the covers, it may indicate a desire for companionship while sleeping. Going under the covers is more common in cold weather, when even humans want to stay as warm as possible. 7. The belly up or the exhibitionist. Have you ever wondered why an upside-down puppy or dog with their paws curled up or sticking out like chair legs is so comfortable? You can take solace in knowing that your dog is more concerned with cooling down than with what is going on around them. Your dog is completely relaxed and at ease. It means your dogs have complete trust in you and the environment they are in. Dogs put themselves in danger by exposing their vital organs when they expose their belly for all to see. Unlike the donut pose, they don't feel the need to defend themselves. The belly up position can also be used as a seasonal sleeping position for your dog. It is more noticeable in hot weather. If the weather is warm, your dog may adopt this unusual pose to stay cool. This pose, like the donut pose, is used to lose heat. Your dog sweats through their nose and paw pads, and their belly is the main source of heat, so having their stomach and paws up to the wind allows them to feel the cool breeze and avoid overheating. If your dog is getting older, don't be surprised if they no longer prefer to sleep like this. It doesn't mean they don't trust you, it's just a common position in young dogs. In senior dogs, joint problems make this a more uncomfortable way to sleep. However, if your dog is lying on their back with their paws over their chest, this is a subtle indication that your dog needs some space. 8. Back to back. This is a position similar to the cuddler. The dog is in this position when its back is against the back of another dog or you. Some dogs are drawn to sleep with their backs against the backs of other people or dogs. Because you literally have your dog's back, this is a sign of trust. When a dog presses their back against yours, it means they trust you because they are touching their most vulnerable spot to you. If your dog chooses to sleep against you as the only family member, this means you are the lucky one whom the dog trusts the most. Be grateful that your dog has so much faith in you, and cherish your relationship. Snuggling is a way for him or her to express his or her desire to bond with and get close to you. It also demonstrates that he or she is at ease with you. If you notice your dog snuggling up, try reciprocating the affection by napping with him. 9. Head and neck raised. Your dog may choose to rest his or her head and neck on something comfortable, such as the arm of a couch or his or her dog bed. If your dog rests his or her chin on you, it could be a sign of a happy pup looking for a nuzzle. Some dogs prefer to sleep with their head and neck elevated above the level of their body. This could indicate that your dog is having trouble breathing and may have heart disease or other conditions. However, if your dog frequently elevates its head on furniture, it could be a sign of discomfort or even potential health problems. If you're concerned that your dog is having breathing problems or is an older dog who moves slowly, your dog looking to elevate their head or neck could be a sign of discomfort. Pay close attention to a dog who sleeps with its head and neck elevated. Keep an eye out for noisy or rapid breathing, as well as an inability to participate in normal exercise. Report any symptoms to your veterinarian. 10. On the tummy. When it's hot, dogs prefer to sleep on cold surfaces, whether it's the kitchen floor or the pavement. This position can take many different forms. To ensure that the tummy touches the cold surface, the on the tummy position can be transformed into a Superman pose or even a lion's pose. Whatever it is, your dog will most likely ensure that their belly touches the cold surface. If you notice your dog seeking out cold surfaces to sleep on, try to cool them down by giving them some water, turning on the air conditioner or fan in the room, grooming them, or giving them cold water. Whatever sleeping position your dog prefers, you may notice some other strange things your dog does while sleeping and wonder if they are normal. If you are unsure, consult your veterinarian. Who would have thought just with your dog's sleeping position, we could determine so much about their mood and their health? We hope you found this video informational. Do you want to share with us how your dog sleeps in a way different from the ones we have mentioned? Drop a comment below. Give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel.